All right, so here we are with competitive max settings. What is competitive max settings? It's basically every single setting that isn't going to hinder visibility is maxed out. Any setting that does affect visibility is not on in the case of high dynamic range. Other than that, everything else is maxed. 8x MSAA, do you really need it? Not really, not at 1440p anyway. Do you really need very high texture detail? Not really. Do you need very high shader detail? Not really, but it's there. It's on. Let's get things going. Let's go on our deathmatch server and have a good couple frags. All right. Starting the test now. Random, and let's go push long first. Actually managed to get pretty far. The enemy team is comprised pretty much entirely of bots, though, so that'll be fun. Eh.
Double kill. Headshot.
Okay. I honestly got more frags with Scout than I expected to get, so all's good in the world. And I got the Scout again, so time to go sniping again, because that's what you do when you have a Scout and you're not really into using the Scout.
Killing spree.
Got one! Alright, without further ado, let's try to not die while on this stretch, and then take over Cat. Headshot! Nice.
Killing spree. Dominating. Double kill.
This little line here is very useful for recognizing where head level is.
Double kill. Multi-kill.
Headshot! Headshot! And actually, I need to reload. Headshot! Or, not headshot. No, that was a headshot! Okay, cool. That's cool.
Double kill. Double kill.
Kinda sloppy, but headshot!
Killing spree. Headshot.
Ah, dang it. Could have totally made it work, though. Actually, it was a pretty good run. All right, let's go straight down mid and try to take over Cat on CT side. What could go wrong?
Multi-kill. Ultra kill.
All right, we've taken over Cat, but you know what? I kind of feel like getting a little more than that. Boom! 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 Oh, hi. Okay, there are a little more players now, but still mostly bots. All right, let's go charging straight down mid, just because, well, we first tried to take over Cat from mid. Next, all right, now let's try to take over Tunnel from mid, and then we'll go over to try and take over Tunnel from B.
Double kill.
Oh, I walked right into his crosshair. And I suspect he's about to... Alright, Alright, cool. Next. It's,
Godlike. Double kill. Multi-kill.
Dang it. And flashed and then rushed. Gosh darn it. Nicely placed flash, though. Alright, let's try to take over B, and then I'll use this as a little bit of cover. Get past that. Then,
Multi-kill.
I whiffed. Lovely. Anyway, on to taking over long. I definitely gotta say, the frames do not feel as smooth. Like, I definitely can tell we're not really getting a perfect 120. Definitely feels a little stuttery. But it's nothing, like, massive. It's just, it's there. I actually meant to grab the grenade that time.
Killing spree.
But,
Double
yeah! That was great. Wonderful. We took over Cat. All right, let's try to keep it ours now.
Rampage.
Actually, it was a pretty successful push. Yeah. All right, let's do one more go, and then we will from there.
Play.
And I'm first one to die. All right, let's take over mid, and actually in this case, let's just try to get some sniping in.
Multi-kill. Mega kill. Killing spree.
Oh shoot! Got naded, or got flashed.
Headshot. Double kill.
Boom!
Killing.
Boom! I knew the guy was behind the door because of the arm peeking out.
Humiliation.
If you don't believe me, you can just replay that part.
Spree. Double kill. Multi-kill.
Boom! When did I suddenly become not crap at using the scout? Okay, it's probably because there's not a lot of bots on the server. That's probably why I suddenly became not crap.
Mega kill.
Anyway, nade goes down there. Then I go ahead and... Aww, just as I was about to head over there. Anyway, let's see if I get a weapon other than a sniper rifle. Yeah, that's more like it. Let's try to take over tunnel, but from mid. But first I want to let this guy advance and try and get him. And actually, he was up there. Interesting.
Humiliation. Double kill. Multi-kill. Mega kill. Killing spree.
Okay,
Multi-kill.
let's take over B, and then try to take over their spawn from there.
Multi-kill. Multi-kill.
Oh shoot.
Shot. Double kill. Multi-kill.
Oh, and then I get killed by this guy. Oh, that almost went my way. Oh, we got a sniper rifle again. Time to shoot some bullets down mid and then maybe get some kills. That was a pretty good run. Got like 2 kills out of that. Next, let's take over tunnels after killing these guys. And shoot! What timing was that? Jeez. All right.
Rampage. Double kill.
Okay. Gosh. Well, my attempt to rush was kind of foiled by
Multi-kill.
although, what if I like do that?
Dominating.
Nah, the already was dead by then. All right. Let's go down tunnels. No! I couldn't quite get past the gap. Alright. Let's take over tunnel, but from mid.
Killings.
Well, I attempted to do that. Alright, let's, you know what? Hey, if I can snipe with a scout, I can snipe with an AK too, right? I can snipe with it. An AK is basically a sniper rifle. The AK is basically a sniper. I mean, you know.
Killings.
Oh, and I get naded. That's what I get for blind firing. Anyway, once this cloud clears up, I might be able to get in there. Let's try to take over Cat. So many enemies.
Unstoppable. Multi-kill.
Now, let's take over Cat. Boom! Boom! There we go. Headshot. Oh, shoot. That's really not ideal getting flashed here.
Killings. Multi-kill.
Perfect weapon for stopping a push, almost. How far did he go? I think he actually made it all the way. Yeah, he did.
Killings. Free.
Yeah, he managed to make it all the way down there.
Kill.
Lovely.
Multi-kill.
Anyway, let's go ahead and take over long from there, but first, deal with this.
Killings.
Ah,
Free.
dang it. Okay. This is kind of a problem.
Killings. Free.
Actually managed to do some decent damage with to him, despite the fact that the shotgun was really not the best choice. Alright, and I get obliterated by Bowling Fan again.
Double kill.
Alright. Let's
Killings.
do some mid sniping. Or not. Dang it. Alright, let's try to take over B and maybe not die this time, which kind of failed. Ah, I was one bullet away. Unfortunately, he had the AK and I didn't. Alright, well, let's go down mid. I mean, it's already a better push than I was expecting, but unfortunately I was already low health by then, so... Oof. Well, that was good. All right, pausing our results. So this is how running competitive max settings at 1440p went for us. Our average was 102 FPS, which is enough to notice the lag, and I definitely noticed that it was a little bit more, like the motion clarity was not quite as good because of the persistence blur, but it didn't quite feel stuttery, though. It wasn't stuttery because it was still well above 60 most of the time. Our lows did go down to the 60s, low 60s. However, that still is pretty good. And then on our 1% and 0.1s, we went into the high 50s, low 60s once again. Overall, I would personally lower the settings in the name of trying to get more of a 120 hertz experience. But again, I test every setting, so that's what I did. Yeah, graphics card handled it. That is the end of the 1440p tests. I will see you all in the next video.